It's Sunday. Hello, welcome. It is Sunday, but not only any old Sunday, it is Father's Day, which is good, isn't it? Time to celebrate. The dads out there, the men that sacrifice things for their kids. I mean, mothers, we do that, that's fine. But today is Dad Day, which is nice. I'm lucky. I've had a good father my whole life. So I don't know where that's going, because the only other thing to say would be others have not. So tough, isn't it? But you know, either way, no matter what happens, you get something out of it, don't you? I don't know. Let's not even mention Father's Day. I just realised what a fucking black hole of terror that could be. Holy monkey. Anyway, yeah. In fact, let's talk about how great mothers are. Let's do that instead. Our mum's great. Let's have them. Because you know what, they only get one day, don't they? And they sacrifice so many days. So let's shout out to all the single mums out there. Hey, this will be good for ratings, I feel. It's all just a big plan. My mum's good as well, so you know, and I'm the lucky boy. Because some are not. Although some orphans done very well for themselves, like Annie. She had a musical and a good set of hair. And Oliver, alright, got involved with some bad company, but eventually found his mother in a time when they didn't have DNA tests, so, you know, win. Or the internet, so I don't know how that happens, actually. Yes. This app can't be opened. Well, then don't open it. It's quite good though, speaking of dads and that. Did get to have a nice conversation with the better half's granddad, and that's enjoyable. I love that. Just good stories to tell, you see. Like, he was saying about, like, you know, finding jobs back in the day and how it'd be like, oh, mate knows about a thing. Just what you got to do, just get on this train, get on this bus, and ask for Trevor at the other end or something. And it's like, that's terrifying, isn't it? I mean, because my only big thing is that my first job application was a piece of paper, and I had to go in and ask for a piece of paper to apply for a job. You had to go in and go, you got any jobs? I mean, the internet was there, but it wasn't as strong as it is now. I mean, then you could be waiting all day for a website to load up, if you know what I mean. But no, like, so you'd have to walk in. But you could just walk in and be like, hey, you got any jobs? They're like dressed smart, so they knew you were coming. Too much gel in the hair, like slapping it down, looking all professional. Put a tie on, shirt, you just sort of like, just casually in your shop or business. Just wondering, do you have any jobs going at the moment? And then the person behind the desk is sort of like, this guy is a professional. We shall hire him. And then they pass that message on. This is the idea that you think is going to happen. That they will just, not only will they be like, thanks for the application form. Because you got to like, go away, fill it in, bring it back. So you got to dress up twice. So you do like a run round town, get all the application forms, put them in your leather briefcase, and then you come back a few days later, again dressed, not only smart, but almost the same as you were before, but different, so they know that, oh, he's not only just got the one suit, he's got a ward. This guy's a professional. So when they take it back, they're like, you don't want them to just sort of like go like, and we'll take that upstairs later. You want it to be like, oh my God, look at this guy. And then they run upstairs and go, stop everything. There's a guy downstairs who's worn a suit and gelled his hair. He will like a job. I've looked at this form that he's filled in. He's incredible. Let's hire him. And then the whole office goes, Graham, is he still down there? Can we see him? And I look out the window as you sort of sauntering away. Like, you know, like, got other things I could be doing. I'll apply for other jobs. That was the idea anyway. But now it's all online. So that's, I mean, you haven't got to dress up twice. You haven't got to do any leg work, like actual leg work, like walking. Unless you're applying to be a leg waxer, then you have got to do some leg work eventually. But that's my point. If there was a point there. I feel like there might have been. Oop. So I get this. There you go. Let's turn the sound off and job done, see? So yes, any comments and all that? Chuck us a comment. But no, I like that. It was just hearing the stories. It's sort of nice because, like, when you hear stories from the older generation like that about like, oh, you had to follow some directions to a random place, ask for Trevor or whoever. The good thing about it is you can see like the happiness there, and because all the fear has been removed from the story, and it was sort of like, and then I arrived and panicked. Because I did see another story like that. It's available on YouTube somewhere. Marco Pierre White, he was doing a talk at Oxford. So Marco Pierre White, Oxford talk, probably fine. And he was sort of saying about how when he sort of first become chef, it was just like, he'd dress up in his Sunday best and then he'd go down to London, London, and his instruction was just to knock on a door and say, I'll announce and go, hello, I'm available for work from this date onwards, and blah 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 blah. He had a little speech ready, and he said he got like, and he like knocked on the door, and he just hoped that no one opened the door. He was just like, sorry, which I can completely relate to. Just that like, life is on the other side of this door. But luckily, it wasn't like, for me anyway, it wasn't that thing of like, I finished school on this date and I'll be ready to start with like, all's good. I just, school had just like, just gone, this isn't for you, mate. You should just do anything else. Find a job. So I just sort of left, just sort of like completely lost. Just go to the job centre and go, hello, I've got a GCSE. And they go, I don't care. Have you had a job before? Yes, I have. And that's when I learned the art of lying to get a job. That's all you need. That's what they need to tell you at school, isn't it? None of this thing about, I mean, everyone always says about you should learn to do CVs and all that. Fine. How to do a job interview, also a good skill to know. Not one that I've got. But I think the main thing is just to barefaced lie to people. It's for money, who cares? It's all revolving around evil anyway, so crack on. Don't lie to people you like. People you work with, yep, absolutely. I've got some bitterness towards work. Let's try and avoid all these bitterness subjects today. So I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But yeah, no, I like that, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to pass on some really interesting stories. I had a weird dream last night actually, that I renewed my driving licence and I got the date of birth wrong. I was born in 1960. Which, I don't know, should have been obvious that that was a dream, but there you go. Because how I got the new licence seemed a bit dodgy. Just going into a shop and they were just sort of like, yeah, we do that. And I print it off and they're like, bam! I was like, date's wrong. They're like, oh, hang on, we'll do it again. Bam! I didn't notice until I got to the pub. That's what that was. Because, I'll tell you what I'd probably just stemmed off of. I was doing something on the internet and put in a wrong detail for an email address for someone to get back to me. And changing that was a lot more difficult than it needed to be. Which is annoying. It's nothing worse than if you have to, like, talk to a person. Is it? Nothing worse than that. If you... I mean, like, do it online. I know this fears people over the age of 90. Like, internet, I don't understand it, right? Fine, that's why grandkids were invented. Now, what we need to... Like, I love it when you can just... I know this worries people as well, because it's sort of like, wow, anyone could change your stuff. No. Even if it's like a few questions and that, I'd rather just do it here, right here, than getting through to someone who just doesn't understand what you're saying because you don't really know what you're asking, type of thing. You get through, it's just like, panic, and they're like, oh? Because, you know, it's just awful, isn't it? But we got through it, and that was fine. Yeah, everything's fine. So, you know, that was overdone. It's good. I managed to sort out a thing because the other week someone did such a small piece of damage to a car that I could barely be fucking bothered with it. But I did, and it was... Oh, it could have been 5 or 6 text messages back and forward to people. But got it sorted out, so that's fine. That's good. Fucking just because one guy was just a clumsy bellend. He's made me have to do stuff. And I don't like doing stuff. I like doing most things. But boring, just tippy-tapping, typing and... you know how to talk to a stranger on the phone, don't you? Just sort of... You know you have to, like, say you're setting up, like... You're setting something up, a gym membership, right? But you don't just call up, you know, you fully intend and plan to just call up and be like, I want to join the gym, please. Yep. I mean, if I did this, maybe I should rehearse phone calls, because that seemed flawless. I'd like to join the gym, please. Just need to know what I need to do that. I'm nailing it when the pressure isn't on. Because I could call up and go like, hello, is that the gym? Right. Yeah. Right, yeah, because, friend of mine said about, right, join, I want to be less fat, I'm just wondering, have you got the internet? Yes. Have you got the internet, I feel, has somewhat replaced the phrase, have you got a carer? For me, on the phone. Have you got the internet? Yes, I don't do well with words. Join gym. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. Fill in the details, get them wrong, obviously. I got my email address wrong, so I've got the confirmation of gym membership. Don't worry, you can change it online. You would think, wouldn't you? You would think that I'd be able to do that. But I may have used your gym once before and gave up on it, as I will do this time. So I'll be paying you for up to 4 years without using it, which is good for you, isn't it? So I'll be doing that. But yeah, I need to change my email address. You got the computer in front of you? Yes, I'm pressing buttons and then it works and you just feel like a bit of a silly goose. Yeah, it is fine. I feel like a silly goose once in a while. Yeah. I went to a wedding this week, that was nice. Yeah, quite nice. Fucking tired by the end of it. I always am with weddings, I don't know what it is, I just hate. I don't know why. I'll tell you what it is actually. I'll tell you what it is. So tired about weddings. It is simply this. I am dressed up all neat and tidy. Talking to people. And it just gives me flashbacks to the days when I was applying for my first jobs. That's what it is. Just sort of like, hello. Actually, that's the thing as well, right? Because people are still worried about the flu, a lot of people won't do the shaking hands and the hugging yet. Fine, whatever. A lot of people are doing the elbow thing, which, you know, is great. However, why are we not going a bit more with our brothers and sisters from the Far East? And when we meet people, and I'm well up for this, right? Instead of like the handshake, the elbow, instead of that, just simply this. Now that's it, isn't that great? And better still, get to work my core for a change. So I could have a six-pack by the time all of this is over. Just go up to people and go, hello, hello. And it gives you a bit of character. People are sort of like, oh, this guy's interesting. And you know what? Before all of this even started anyway, the amount of people that complain about handshakes, and I'm one of them, I tell you. Right? So, because handshakes go wrong, don't they? You got, right, the loose hand, everyone hates that. They call it the wet fish handshake, which is like, you got the person who's got wet hands and you don't know why, or there's like a sticky hand, like, just, or the worst one by far, because like, you know, loose hand or whatever, hey. But it's that guy. They normally are bouncers at nightclubs. But it's just the over-aggressive handshake, where they're just sort of like, you know, like going like, hi, we've never met before. He goes, well, you're going to remember me because I'm about to dislocate your shoulder. And they just grip your hand just unnecessarily tight. What are you doing? Well, unless you want to strip down to our pants and start wrestling, then can we just get involved? Just grab the hand, bit of firmness, just way, just that. No one's crushing your hand. Just sort of like, hey, let's just move some hands. Right. It could even, because there is the thing about the sword thing, that's where the handshake come from, apparently, is the thing of, I don't have a sword, and then left-handed people be like, ta-da, got you, right? So we could also, instead of the bowing, if you're not up for the bowing thing, we just do the Native American thing and just be like, oh. Which is just waving, kind of, just realised. Hello. We meet people, that's, I feel like that's more awkward actually. He's sort of going like, oh, this is my cousin, Jim. Couldn't make up a name fast enough that time. Just comes up and be like, oh, hello. Be like, you are Jim. Oh, hello. But with this new idea, which is an old idea that I've stolen from the good people of the Far East, or Far West, depending where you live. That's true both ways. Or if you live there, just there. It's not far at all. Anyway, let's not dwell. But yeah, we should all just start doing that instead. So, hello. 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 You haven't got to feel weird around people, which is good. I might even start wearing traditional Chinese and Japanese clothing and just turn up and be like, ugh. Don't do the noise. Can't help myself. But yeah, just do that. I think that's good. I think it's good. Probably stop me having a bad back all the time. You know what else should stop doing that? To exercise, but can't join the gym. Why? Because I can't work the telephone. But yeah, there you go. I think that's good enough. I did put a picture up from said wedding that I attended. It's a very nice picture. I thought I'd just share that, just not a problem. And I mean, a lot of people like the picture, which just makes me think that everyone just likes my girlfriend. Finally, something interesting, not just fucking you, Jeffness. To be fair, I think the only thing I post about is this anyway, so, you know, popularity. Might just be a subtle way of people encouraging me to post up some different shit once in a while. There you go. Yeah, so maybe I will. I'm going to start posting pictures of dinner with the title Yum on it. And maybe some questionable fashion ideas, and we'll run them past everyone on the internet. Just be there in my t-shirt going, what do you think, guys? Yeah, I thought I'll give this one last run today. There's nothing wrong with it particularly. I might just keep it like not for best, just for like in the house when I can't bother to get ready. Like, darling, are you going anywhere today? She's like, no, Jeffrey, we're not going anywhere today. We don't have to see people. Excellent. I shall put on my Star Wars t-shirt and relax. I just sit around, just let people know. If people come to the door, they'll be like, oh, he's relaxing today because he's got his Star Wars t-shirt on. Also, Star Wars, Darth Vader. I'm your father, Father's Day, job done, boom. And then I decided not to talk about that, so that's fine, isn't it? Yes, it is. Either way, right. But wasn't that line different? There's some Nelson Mandela, hang on. There's a Nelson Mandela syndrome or something. It's to do with people remembering stuff differently because Nelson Mandela actually had ginger hair, but everyone forgets that and they think, oh, it was grey, wasn't it? That's not true. I can't remember what it was. Apparently, some people remember he died earlier than he did. So either way, but no, there is a thing of that where people remember Star Wars lines differently. And apparently it's not Luke, I'm your father. It's something not different, but similar. He says the word father, and that's about similarity. I bet he would have self-isolated though, Darth Vader, wouldn't he? Because he had bad breathing problems already, so he doesn't need that on top of it, does he? Bit COVID, he'd be like, oh shit. He'd just be like, I mean, there'd be a lot less evil going on, which I felt has probably happened anyway. There'd be less evil in a galaxy far, far away, because, you know, they recruit people from here to go there. And it's sort of like, whoa, COVID testing. We know about the breathing problem. Let's keep it contained. I tell you what handshake I don't like, actually, is that one, where they go, grab the elbow, like, or the forearm. Yes. So what, are you a pirate or a Viking? No. If you are, fair enough, continue. Actually, I quite like it. After I did that, I was like, oh, this is quite sort of, yes, yes. That's for the bouncers, aren't they? Ooh, ooh. And I'll just be like, oh, hello. Hello, welcome. Oh. I think it puts you in a good mood, the bowing thing. I acted like I fucking invented it. Didn't, obviously. Anywho, I think it's safe to say that some of the information that I've given you has been slightly suspect. It's time for something we can all rely on. It's time for a little thing I like to call Jeff's Fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, do just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact. Yes, this is sound of an explosion. I could do that as the fact. Bowing is the new handshaking, and it's gonna be catching on soon. Yes, fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, really do do, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact, just fact. Yes. And they'll be teaching about this in history classes years and years from now. Like in the old days, people used to handshake, just to be like, hey, I haven't got a sword, even though we haven't used swords for a long time. Shadung. Shadung. And then one day, people start bowing, and we didn't hear happening in the Far East for a long time. Unless we lived there, in which case, it's been happening here a long time. But it caught on in the rest of the world because of one man, one dreamer, one guy. His name was Jeff. And it was on God My Sunday that it happened. First of all, where he suggested we don't shake hands, we don't elbow, we don't grab the forearm, don't any of that, bypass all of it, just be like, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's just going to be a better world. That's going to be my thing, and people are going to be like, what a dick, he fucking bounds, he's an idiot. But I don't care, it's going to be my thing. Actually, I enjoy it. I like a hug too much, you know what I mean? I don't do my parents either, this is going to be weird. Hello, hello. I'm just going to do it for everyone. It's going to be my thing. I would do a big question, but it's too early. I might start doing this later again. Oh, seven's like an awkward time, especially like now with the summer coming in. Trust me, it is coming in. I know it's not here today necessarily, or for the last 2 days. There we go. Let's get a burp again. I think it's a posture thing now, actually. I just stand up straight, it won't happen so much. Possibly. What was I saying? Actually forgotten. Oh yeah, 7 o'clock's kind of an awkward time because it's sort of like the sun's still very much up in the summertime. It's good in the winter, 7 PM, it's like, oh nice. Or I could just pre-record them and then just chuck them out on a Sunday. See if anyone's interested. If you are, great. If you're not, it's fine. You're not here to hear this message any hooser. So, yeah. Right. Because it's like a thing, I just started doing random there. See if there is anything worth seeing on the news page today. Probably not. 22 countries that disappeared from the world's map. It's got to be more than 22, surely. I mean, just if you look at a map before First World War and then after First World War, there's a massive change there, and then, you know. So yeah, I learned something at school. I should put that on the CV. I was pretty good at history. Change that GCSE result, or just put it in because I don't have a GCSE in history. I'll put it in there. GCSE in history, yes. What did you get? Got a B. Don't be. You get an A, people start asking questions. B, they'll think he's pretty smart, but he's probably forgotten it now. I mean, history, just make it up. I mean, it's not like they've got a computer in their pocket they can check it on. Oh, wait, they do. Princess Diana still makes the news today, isn't it incredible? That's nice, actually, quite refreshing that she still does get mention. Because it's not often that nice people do keep getting a mention. I mean, like villains throughout the years and serial killers, they never stop getting talked about and documentaries made about them. Not good people, just sort of just go unheard about. And I think that's wrong, isn't it? But you know what? It's the way it goes, isn't it? That's the thing they do with the news as well, just sort of make you apprehensive for no reason, because they're just sort of going like, this new thing's coming in and it could result in absolute carnage, chaos and everything falling apart. It's like, yes, but you said could, probably won't, because it's just like a new measure, like someone has to register it on a piece of paperwork, so everyone's just going to just fill in that extra bit of paperwork and just continue anyway. Whatever. See health and safety, because, you know, no one did health and safety at one point. Now everyone does health and safety, so there you go. Swings and or roundabouts. Everyday foods people pronounce wrongly, and Nutella is on there, so that's probably Nutella or something. I assume it's not pronounced Nutella, because that's how everyone pronounces it. It can't be right either, everyone pronounces it wrong. There's got to be a lot of people that pronounce it differently. No. Like, everyone agreed on it being said one way and then just has gone, oh, that's it. I mean, I say Nutella. In Wales, they say Nutella, probably. Or in a Welsh accent. I mean, yeah. It's cold over there, isn't it? It's cold over there in a minute. Holy daisies, I shouldn't have worn a t-shirt. It's not a lot going on today. Bit of a quiet news day. Nicole Kidman announced joyous news with age-defying photo. Huh? I'm trying to care and it's not working. Always place a bag on your car mirror when travelling alone. Here's why. So you can find your stupid, goofy car in a car park. Is that it? That's my prediction. Let's get in there. Get in. Right, so this appears. You probably didn't know about these uses of everyday household items. Right, that's not it at all, is it? Yeah. People don't like clickbait. I don't like when it sort of like goes some sort of drawing you in thing, clickbait. Sort of like, here's what someone thinks about someone else or whatever, or here's a joyous announcement she makes with an age-defying photo, and you go in there and it's all like 100 tricks you can do with your own camera to make yourself look younger. And it's like, what was the announcement? Yeah, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to sum all of this up, all of this. I'll just go, not happening today. Not a lot happening today. And you know what? Let's just be thankful with that. It's a quiet day today. There's not a lot going on in the news. That means that they've not been able to spin some horrible twist into something that's sort of all the sky's falling. Everything's calm today, everything's well. Nothing's gone wrong. They would tell you about anything that's gone right, would they? It would take up a lot of time. Like, it would. Like, hey, Jeff managed to execute the t-shirt look today. We learned about bowing and the joy of stories told by grandparents and parents, depending. In fact, that's what you should all do today, I think. Not just go and see them, give them a card or whatever, or if you're just seeing family today, don't just go see them and chit chat. Ask them a story from the olden times. And just know that the fear you feel now will fade off, and only the good remains as you look back on it later on in life. That's how I'm ending it today. Have a good Sunday, everybody, and I'll see you next week. Ho-ho!